Okay. Last class we discussed about the formal charge and resonance structures and how to find out the bond order and formal charge while involving or while possible of resonance structures. Now we are going to discuss about the formation of the covalent bond according to VBT, valence bond theory. Yes, what valence bond theory is telling? According to valence bond theory, always the covalent bonds is formed by overlapping of valence shell atomic orbital which are having single electron. That is a compulsory condition. So the overlapping of atomic orbital is possible means is nothing but intermixing of atomic orbital is possible when the atomic orbital coming from last shell of the atom should single electron. Then only overlapping is happening. So according to type of the overlapping, we have three types. Is nothing but SS overlapping. Sir, what is the meaning of SS overlapping? One atom of the s orbital, another atom of the s orbital is intermixed together through its internuclear axis. Then we are getting some sharing is happening. That is only we are calling as a covalent bond. Okay, now I will give you one example, hydrogen and hydrogen. Yes, I will tell you one simple code how to find out SS overlapping. Both the elements are belongs to S block. Like we can take Li and Li also we can take. And second category, SP overlapping. Sir, what is the meaning of SP overlapping? SP overlapping means one atom of the s orbital, another atom of the p orbital will be involving in the overlapping. Then we are getting covalent bond, that is calling as SP overlapping bond. Nothing but one s block element, one p block element HF, and we can take HCl and HBr and HI. Like this all will undercomes SP overlapping. One S block, one P block, and another category PP overlapping will be there. Yes, is very simple. From the two atom P orbitals will be involving in the overlapping together. Then we are getting a covalent bond. That means, for example, F2, FF, and Cl, and like that Br2 and oxygen. And we can take nitrogen. These all are example for the PP overlapping. Why? Because both the elements belongs to P block element. But here some non-overlapping. Overlapping is not possible when between S and Px or Py orbital approached together along the z-axis. Okay, one s orbital is coming and p orbital is coming. It may which one px or which one py, but they are approaching together through its which axis? Z axis. Is there any chance to merge? No. That's why S and Px Py overlapping is not possible when they are approaching together its Z axis. That's what is calling as no overlapping. And one more thing we can tell, if suppose the two species are coming along the Z axis, but one atom of the Py orbital, another atom of the which one Px orbital, is there any chance for overlapping? No. One is on Py, another one is on Px, but approaching together through its internuclear axis. Is there any chance for overlapping? Not there. Such overlappings are not possible. Which overlapping is not possible means these two cases has to be written, Px and Py when they are approached together along the Z axis. Now we are discussing some other things, is nothing but this is important bit and we are going for types of the covalent bond based on type of the overlapping, is nothing but sigma bond and another one is pi bond. What is the meaning of sigma bond and pi bond? We will discuss. What is the sigma and pi bond? Yes, you can see sigma bond means when two atoms are approached together, through its internuclear axis. Then end-on endwise overlapping means atom of the s orbital, for example, end-on endwise overlapping or head-on overlapping through its internuclear axis. Then what happening? Sigma bond we are getting. It is also covalent bond. After overlapping, a shared pair will be locating on internuclear axis. The gap is less, that's why they are having strong force of attraction with the nucleus. That's why sigma bond is called as strong bond. And can we identify the sigma bonded electron? Yes, it is on internuclear axis. That's why sigma electrons is called as localized electrons. And it is also calling as independent bond. Independent bond means it's not depending upon any other factors. Are you understanding? Itself it is forming. This is formed because of SS overlapping or SP overlapping or PP overlapping will be gives a sigma bond. And with respect to sigma bond, we can rotate the atoms also. The first bond whatever is forming, that is a sigma bond. With respect to sigma bond, we can rotate the atom. Why? Because the sigma bond is a strong bond, while rotation the bonds cannot be break down. Now come to pi bond. Pi bond means already atoms are held together by sigma bond. Still atoms are having some atomic orbitals on them. For example, now this is the z axis, now this is the px, and this is also px. Already two atoms are connected together through sigma bond, then remaining orbitals are parallel together and perpendicular to the internuclear axis plane, then they are involving in the sidewise overlapping. Sidewise overlapping will give pi bond. Okay, next one, these pi electrons cannot be sit. Yes, between AB we have pi bond also. Pi electrons will be rotating above the plane and below the plane. Okay, so that's why they are having any particular location. That's why pi electrons is calling as delocalized electrons. There is no location. They may revolve above the plane and below the plane. So is it having very near to the nucleus? No, that's why they are having much gap. That's why force of attraction will be less. That's why it's calling as pi bond is calling as weak bond. And is it dependent or independent? Dependent. Why? Because first sigma has to be formed, then only pi bond is possible. And with respect to pi bond, if you want to rotate the atoms, what happening? Bonds will be break down. That's why with respect to pi bond, the rotation of the atoms is not acceptable. And one more thing, sigma bond is influence the shapes of the molecule, but these are not influence the shapes of the molecule. But when we are getting pi bond, when two p orbitals will be happening, and when we are getting dd overlapping, means p and d overlapping gives the pi bond. SS, SP and PP also gives the sigma bond. So just I will tell you some example, or for understanding one example, nothing but oxygen will be there. Okay, oxygen means 8, 1s2, 2s2 and 2p4 will be there. Generally VBT, valence shell orbital will be involving. It is paired already. Okay, na? 2p are of 3 types. So one is paired, 2 are unpaired. From oxygen, according to VBT, how many orbitals is ready to participating in the covalent bond? 2py and 2pz. On each oxygen we have 2py and 2pz. Oxygen also having 2py and 2pz. Write down here py, py and pz, pz. Now they are approaching together through its internuclear axis. First of all, that's why add-on overlapping is happening, that will give sigma bond. After that, remaining orbitals are parallel to each other, perpendicular to the x plane. That's why they are involving in the sideways overlapping gives pi bond. That's why between oxygen and oxygen we have double bond, one sigma bond, one pi bond. Always sigma bond is denoted by below because stable and less energy. Pi bond is a weak bond, means more energy, that's why denoted above. After that, each oxygen containing how many lone pairs on it? 2 lone pairs on each oxygen atom. This is the situation. And this pi bond is formed because of lateral overlapping or sideways overlapping. These all things we are discussing. Is it clear? Yes. Now we are going for further concept is nothing but which one? Hybridization. Very, very important concept. Hybridization. What is the meaning of hybridization? Yes. Okay, hybridization means intermixing of atomic orbital which are having these statements as it is asking in the NEET examination. Hybridization means intermixing of atomic orbital which are having similar energy to form a new set of orbital called as a hybrid orbital, should having same energy and same shape. For example, you have one s orbital and one p orbital will be there. This is 92, this is having 94. This is a similar energy, very close energy. So though intermixed together, then we are getting two hybrid orbital, we are getting sp hybrid orbital. These two sp hybrid orbital having same energy and same shape. What is the energy? 93 and 93. That only calling as hybridization. Yes, whatever VBT is there, it is not explaining about the shapes and bond angles, simply he explained how bonds is forming. But hybridization is successfully explained, molecules having which shape and what are the bond angles, everything, when molecule do not containing lone pairs. If lone pair is there, one more thing theory is there? Vesper theory. Okay, when atomic orbitals which are having similar energy combining together or joined together, and we are getting a new set of hybrid orbital having same energy and same shape, the phenomena is calling as hybridization. Here some important thing. What is this conditions for the hybridization? The atomic orbitals which are having similar energy are involving in the hybridization. And next point, after hybridization, new hybrid orbital containing same energy and shape. And next, we are going to discuss so many important factors. So, which atomic orbitals will be involving in the overlapping? Means is a combination or hybrid orbital formation. So, valence shell orbitals, it's may half filled or fully filled or even empty also can be participating in the hybridization. But according to VBT, only a single electron or unpaired electron containing orbitals only involving in the overlapping, but is not like that. Hybridization involved by half-filled or fully filled or even empty orbitals also. One more thing, it is not compulsory all the valence shell orbitals should be participating in the hybridization. Sir, all valence shell orbitals according to situation may or may not be participating in the hybridization. And one more thing we have to discuss, these hybrid orbital always forms sigma bonds. Hybrid orbital only form sigma bond. How hybrid orbital will be distributing? For example, 3 hybrid orbital will be there. It should not existing like this. Why? Because gap between them will be very less, repulsion will be high, energy will be high, stability will be less. But how these 3 will be distributing like trigonal planar shape? This is the proper arrangement. That's why. So hybrid orbital will arrange around the central atom in such a way to get the minimum repulsions, to get the maximum stability by acquiring less energy. 3 points are very important. Okay, how in atomic orbital we are following some rules to fill the electron? Same in case of hybrid orbitals also we are following some rules, is nothing but Hund's rule and as well as Pauli's rule. No need of Abbo principle. Why? All these are having same energy, no, because of same energy, no problem or no need of Abbo principle. Yes, these all points are very important. We are discussing some important things according to this one. For example, you have sp hybridization first. One s orbital and one p orbital mixed together, we are getting 2 hybrid orbital. How 2 hybrid orbital will be arranging around the central atom in the form of a linear shape, then bond angle is coming 180 degrees, the molecule shape is linear. And what is the example for this one? CO2 molecule and BeCl2 molecule. You can apply, you can get it. And here you may ask the question S character percentage. How do you get it? How many s orbital? 1. Total number of hybrid orbital 2 into 100. We are getting how much percentage? 50%. What is the percentage of p character? You may ask. Number of p orbital involved in the hybridization by total hybrid orbital into 100 is nothing but how many you are getting? 50% we are getting. Okay, go for another one is nothing but sp2 hybridization. We are getting 3 hybrid orbital. We are getting the 3 hybrid orbital will be in the form of trigonal planar geometry. Trigonal planar geometry means expected bond angle is how much? 120 degrees. Can I give you some example for this one? BCl3 and BF3 like this will be there. These are example for the sp2 hybridization. And one more, alkenes also, C2H4. And here we can tell alkynes C2H2. Okay, are you getting or no? S character percentage I want. S character percentage means number of s orbital 1 by hybrid orbital 3 into 100, 33.33%. What is the percentage of p character? 2 by 3 into 100 is nothing but 66.66% is coming. And go for another one is nothing but sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization means we are getting how many hybrid orbital? 4 hybrid orbital we are getting. How they are arranging? Tetrahedral geometry, written as a tetrahedral geometry. Tetrahedral geometry means bond angle is coming 109 degrees 28 minutes. And what is the example for this one? CH4 is the sp3 hybridizer molecule. S character percentage is 1 by 4 into 100, I think 25%. P character percentage is the 3 by 4 into 100 is nothing but 75% is coming. These all are important bits. All of you understanding? And go for one more thing is nothing but sp3d hybridization is an important thing. We are getting 5 hybrid orbital we are getting. Out of 5 hybrid orbital, 3 are coming in the same plane like a trigonal planar, and 1 is coming above and below the plane. That's why it is calling as a trigonal pi pyramidal in shape. Okay, what is the bond angle we are getting? Yes, just I will write it here, see carefully. We are getting like this trigonal planar shape. Above we are getting, below one bond we are getting. It is a trigonal planar, and above one pyramid is coming, below one trigonal bipyramidal. But here all bonds are not equal. That's why, because means whatever bonds is in the same plane, they are making angle is 120 degrees. They are calling as equatorial bonds. And the bonds which are making angle is 90, yes, above and below, that is calling as axial bonds. Now my question, which are weak? Axial. Why? Yes, in PCl5 or in sp3 hybridizer molecule, all bonds are not same. 3 bonds are equatorial, 2 bonds are axial. Axial bonds are making angle is 90. Gap is less, that's why repulsion will be high. Then axial bond length is more than equatorial bond length. That's why write down bond length of axial will be more than bond length of equatorial. That's why these axial bonds are weak and equatorial bonds are strong. Best example for this one is nothing but PCl5. Okay, that's why generally PCl5 break down into PCl3 plus Cl2, and here S character percentage if you want means 1 by 5 into 100, and P character you want means 3 by 5 into 100, and you are getting a D character percentage means 1 by 5 into 100. I think 20, 60, 20, around 100 is coming. All of you understanding? Yes. Okay, sp3d over now, and 2 more is there, sp3d2 hybridization and sp3d3 hybridization. Actually use concept, just go through carefully, you will get it everything. And what is important, I am touching that one, just once go through video and you will get it everything. See, another hybridization is sp3d2 hybridization. sp3d2 means how many are mixing? 6 are mixing, that's why we are getting a 6 hybrid orbital we are getting. Then geometry is octahedral or square bipyramidal in shape. Okay, how is this one? For example, I will give you example SF6 molecule. In SF6 molecule, S is the central atom and 4 fluorines will be coming in the same plane like a square shape. Okay, after that one bond is coming above the plane, another bond is coming below the plane. But anyway, all bonds are making angle will be 90 degrees. All bonds are equal here. And later we can see S character percentage means is nothing but 1 by 6 into 100. P character percentage means 3 by 6 into 100. And D character percentage means 2 by 6 into 100. We may call as a square bipyramidal or octahedral. So later we are getting sp3d3 hybridization. sp3d3 means we are getting a 7 hybrid orbital we are getting. Okay, how is this spreading or arrangement? 5 are in the same plane like a pentagonal ring, and one is coming above the plane, another one is coming below the plane, but all are not equal here. So which are lying in the same plane, they are calling as equatorial, making angle is 72 degrees will be there, and which is present above the plane and below the plane called as axial bonds, making angle is 90 degrees. Now here what happening, equatorial bonds are more repulsion because angle will be less. So that's why here axial bonds are stronger and equatorial bonds are weaker. Best example for this one, iodine heptafluoride. Iodine heptafluoride. And we can take S character percentage means 1 by 7 into 100. P character means 3 by 7 into 100. D character percentage means 3 3 by 7 into 100 we are getting, so it's not a matter. But this hybridization concept is successfully explain all shapes and bond angles when in a molecule central atom is not having any lone pairs. If any lone pairs is there, it is unable to explain the deviations. For example, you have NH3. NH3 is actually applying or involving sp3 hybridization, but coming which shape? Pyramidal shape, pyramidal in shape. sp3 hybridization means actually should get 109 degrees 28 minutes, but not. It is having only 107 degrees will be there. Like that, if you can take H2O also involving in the sp3 hybridization, but coming V shape or angular shape or bent shape. Okay, but coming angle will be around 104 degrees. Why these deviations is coming? This concept is not explained by hybridization, and then we have to go for one more theory to explain the shapes and bond angles, how they are changing even though molecule containing the lone pairs. So before that, I want to tell you one formula for hybridization. This is very important, Amma. Number of hybrid orbital is equals to number of atoms around the central atom, number of atoms around the central atom plus half into group number of central atom minus number of bonds around the central atom, number of bonds around the central atom. So number of atoms around the central atom plus half into group number of the central atom minus number of bonds around the central atom. For example, you tell me one example, PCl5 is there. PCl5 means just I will tell number of atoms around the central atom is 5 plus half into group number of the phosphorus 5 minus. Okay, how many bonds is coming? Chlorine, halogen, 7th A can form one bond, 5 chlorine, 5 bonds. Yes, over. Then what we are getting? 5 plus 0. Anyway, we want 5 hybrid orbital. 5 hybrid orbital possible in which hybridization? sp3d. And one more thing, whatever first number is there, yes, whatever this part is there, that part will tells about the bond pairs, and second part tells about the lone pairs, number of lone pairs. So that's why we have 5 bond pairs and 0 lone pairs. No lone pairs, no problem. We can successfully explain according to hybridization. For example, you have, yes, we have to write down one more thing here, plus or minus charge. For example, I will tell you CO3 2 minus is there. How do you find out the carbon hybridization? Around the carbon we have 3 atoms plus half into group number of the carbon 4 minus each oxygen form 2 bond, 3 2s are 6. While writing in the formula opposite, minus 2 is there, plus 2 has to be written. Then 3 plus 6 minus 6 0. Anyway, we want 3 hybrid orbital possible in sp2 hybridization. How many bond pair? 3 bond pair. How many lone pair? 0 lone pair. Then geometry, trigonal planar. Not like that we have, for example, NH4 plus is there. How do you find out the nitrogen hybridization? How many atoms? 4 plus half, group number of nitrogen 5. Each hydrogen 1 bond, 4 hydrogen 4 bond, and plus is there, right down here, minus 1. Yes, we know very well, 4 plus 5 minus 5, 0. We want 4 hybrid orbital. 4 hybrid orbital means sp3 hybridization. 4 are bond pairs and lone pairs 0 is important. Plus means minus, minus means plus in the formula. Did you got it? Yes. Now we are explaining how shapes of molecule will be changing when they are having lone pairs on it. For example, first one, sp3 hybridization. In sp3 hybridization, first bond pair, next lone pair and deviating shape. Okay, no bond pairs. Yes, sp3 hybridization, we are writing like AB4 molecule. AB4 molecule means all are bond pairs. Is a which hybridization? sp3 hybridization. 4 bond pairs, no lone pair. Then which geometry we are getting? Tetrahedral geometry we are getting. Bond angle is how much? 109 degrees 28 minutes. What is the example for this one? CH4. Not like that, I will show it as AB3E.
E represent lone pairs. E is equals to number of lone pair. Okay, even though it is also participating in the sp3 hybridization, how many bond pair? 3 bond pair, 1 lone pair. Yes, cut one bond, then which shape you are getting? Pyramidal shape you are getting. Pyramidal shape. Pyramidal shape means, I will tell you one example, NH3 and as well as NF3, we are getting like this. All of you clear? So next we are going to discuss about the AB2E2 molecule, 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. Can you give example? Yes, cut one more bond, you are getting bent shape or angular shape or V shape you are getting. Best example, H2O and H2S. H2O and H2S. I will tell you one more thing is nothing but AB3 molecule. AB3 molecule means 3 bond pair, 0 lone pair. Chimol means is nothing but which hybridization? sp2 hybridization. So then what shape you are getting? Trigonal planar. Angle is 120 degrees. Can you give the example for this one? BCl3 is the example. No, I will give you one more example. AB2E. AB2E means is also same hybridization but 2 bond pair, 1 lone pair. Cut one bond, you are getting which shape? Bent shape or angular shape you are getting. Yes or no? Bent shape or angular shape or V shape you are getting. So can you give the example for this one? Is nothing but SO2 will be there. So is nothing but we are getting SO2 and we can give example SnCl2. So you can check it, this one for formula apply 2 plus off into 6 minus 4, 2 by 2 is nothing but 2 plus 1. So here we are getting a 4 plus, so we are getting which one here? Carbon is a 4th group element, 4 plus, you can apply, you will get it. SO2 and SnCl2 will undercomes this category is nothing but sp2 AB2E hybridization. And go for one more thing is nothing but which one you can take AB5 molecule. AB5 molecule. AB5 molecule means bond pairs is 5, lone pairs is 0. Then we are getting sp3D hybridization. Then we are getting example is PCl5 molecule. But I will give you one more example, AB4E. AB4E means 4 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. Hybridization will be same. But PCl5 means which shape you are getting actually? Trigonal bipyramidal shape you are getting. I didn't write here. So then we have to cut the which bond? Equatorial bond we have to cut it. Then we are getting a seesaw shape you are getting. Can you give me example for this one? SCl4 and we are getting SeCl4 we are getting. Apply the formula you are getting. So next we are getting seesaw shape, means we have to cut one equatorial bond, then we are getting this bond is as usual, this bond is equatorial bond you cut it and we are getting like this seesaw shape. SCl4 means S, Cl, Cl, Cl and Cl. And after that we have AB3E2. AB3E2 means 2 bonds we are getting. So means we are getting same hybridization, we are getting cut one more bond. Cut one more bond means we are getting T shape you are getting. T shape means, can you give me example? ClF3 and BrF3, bromine trifluoride or Cl chlorine trifluoride. You can get it. And one more thing, AB2E3 means what you are getting? 2 bond pairs, 3 lone pairs. Okay, then cut all 3 equatorial bonds, then you are getting linear shape you are getting, but all equatorial bonds are lone pair. Then example is nothing but XeF2 molecule. Apply the formula, you will get it. 2 bond pairs and 3 lone pairs. And one more thing is nothing but AB6. AB6 means 6 bond pair, 0 lone pair, hybridization sp3d2, geometry is octahedral, best example SF6. And you can get it AB5E. AB5E, 5 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. Hybridization will be same. Then what has to be cut? Cut one bond. Then you are getting which shape you are getting? Square and pyramidal you are getting. Square pyramidal means we can take it as ClF5 and BrF5. We can write it as a example for that one. Okay, next we can take AB4E2. AB4E2 means 4 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. Cut 2 more bonds, we are getting square shape you are getting. Can you give the example? XeF4 is the example. And you can get it, one more thing is nothing but AB3E2 will be there. AB to E3. AB to E3 means is nothing but we are getting AB3E3. AB3E3 means is nothing but 3 bond pairs and 3 lone pairs. We can take it some example, then what you are getting. So this case is not existing, and we can go for a last one is nothing but AB7. AB7 means 7 bond pair, 0 lone pair, then hybridization sp3d3 hybridization. sp3d3 hybridization means you are getting pentagonal bipyramidal shape you are getting, and we are going for some other things. AB6E, nothing but 6 bond pair, 1 lone pair, same hybridization. What happening? You have to cut one bond. You have to cut one bond means distorted